So good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening, Kasturi Sha. So, it's good to know that you have got All India rank 68 in UPSC CSE 2023.
Thank
We
you,
are,
sir. Thank you.
we are extremely happy from the team of Lukmaan IAS. We
Thank you,
congratulate
sir.
from on behalf of Ansari sir and from the team of Lukmaan IAS. So we would like you to invite, let's say, to introduce about yourself to us, to all the viewers.
So, my name is Kasturi Sha, and I am from the Thiruvananthapuram district of Kerala. I did my schooling in the humanities stream in the class 11 and 12. I passed out with an all India rank of 4, and I was also the state topper in the humanities stream. I did my graduation in BA English, Language and Literature from Maravanias College, which is affiliated to the University of Kerala, here in Trivandrum itself. And after my graduation, I started preparation for the civil services examination, sir. Apart from that, I'm a writer. I've authored 3 books, and currently I'm writing a novel as well. Yes, sir, that is it about me.
So, during your preparation phase, right? So,
Yes, sir.
how do you strategize your preparation? What were the different phases you went through? I mean, like, how did you start the preparation? How did you make notes? And what were your strategies for the prelims exam and mains exam?
Yes, sir. I began preparation in December 2021 by learning my optional sociology. So the first 4 months, I dedicated it completely for optional preparation, as well as revising the NCRTs, which we had already done in school. So that was how the initial 4 months were like. Along with learning the subject, I also started writing answers. So by the time the GS classes began, I could comfortably be confident with my optionals and focus on the general studies. And since then, I started preparing for mains and prelims together. There wasn't a separate strategy for both in the beginning, but beginning from, say, November and December, that's when I started giving my whole focus on prelims. And before that, another thing that I'd like to gratefully remember, which worked out for me, was that in October there was an ethics batch at Lukman by Ansari sir, and I remember seeing sir on the first introductory class. Sir was there introducing us, and so that is how I began the journey with Lukman here. And from October till almost like January, we had the ethics classes. So before prelims, I could also be comfortable with ethics. I could make myself more prepared to deal with the GS4. And thanks to Ansari sir's classes and his notes, I found it very, very useful during my mains answer writing as well. And then beginning from March, I started doing test series, comprehensive test series after the sectionals. I did a lot of test series. And that was my strategy for prelims. Rather than revising the books over and over again, I started doing questions. And through the questions, I started revising the areas. And so that was my strategy for prelims. For CSAT as well, it was more about I used to regularly follow the test series schedule, practice questions at home, and I focused on my strong areas because I have a arts background. I left mathematics in class 10, so I was more comfortable with doing comprehension and logical ability rather than the mathematical part. So that was my strategy for CSAT, sir. And coming to mains, I made notes from the newspapers, like examples, statistics, facts, which would come in handy. I began doing it after the prelims result from June till almost August. For 3 months, I meticulously did the preparation of examples and statistics from the newspapers. The remaining, I covered it from the standard books and the test series answer keys and toppers answer copies. Yes, sir.
All right. So, like, we have gone through your mark sheet, and so I
Yes.
can see among GS papers from GS 1, 2, 3, 4, you have scored the highest in ethics paper. I mean, like, you
Yes.
have got 124 marks in
Yes.
ethics. So, how did you manage to get, I mean, like, such a good marks? And also, did you prepare notes for the ethics paper? What were your revision strategy? As you said, like, you have attended classes from Ansari, sir. So,
Yes.
apart from this, let's say, did you also make short notes and like how sir's classes have been, let's say, beneficial for your preparation?
Yes, the only notes I had for ethics was Ansari sir's class notes. I used to regularly attend his classes and take down notes in class itself. And the case study session that we had also was very, very useful. So the notes that I had of Ansari sir, it ran into like 5 books. And I used to revise these 5 books multiple times. I used to highlight the points in the book itself and just flip through the pages before exams or before test series.
All right. And so what was your strategy to prepare for the essay paper? Essay is very dynamic, and many a times like students are not clear how to go about essay. I mean, like generally it is considered that while you're preparing for the GS papers, some part of your preparation for essay also happens. So what was your strategy to prepare for essays, and how many tests did you write?
So for essay, since I am from a literature background, so writing essays was something that I really enjoyed, the process of it. And like Sir said, when we study for GS, automatically we are learning a lot of things which would help in the essay as well. But what I did was I used to write, practice writing essays because at point I understood that the kind of essays that we write in school or college is different, and the demand of an UPSC essay is slightly different from that. So that is when I decided, because initially when I wrote essays, I used to straight start writing when as soon as I saw the topic. But then I understood it is essential that I structure the essay in a better manner. So the initial half an hour, I started to plan, structure the essay, and then start putting the pen to paper and write the full length essay there. And apart from that, whatever I prepared for ethics has also come in very handy for the essay. Things like quotes, examples, and the notes that I used to make from the newspapers. So that was my essay strategy, sir.
All
And
right.
even if sometimes I did not write full length essays, I used to take previous year topics and brainstorm over them. I used to sit with my friend and we used to brainstorm it together, sir.
Okay. So like for this year's prelims exam, many students are preparing. I mean, like many students are feeling that only less number of days are remaining. Today, I interacted with a student. He was saying that only 52 days are remaining. So basically at this stage, many students are not sure how to go about revision. So did you follow any revision strategy during the last few months, let's say 1 or 2 months for the prelims exam? So what would be your suggestion for those candidates who are preparing for the prelims exam of this year?
Yes, sir. Sir, I faced the same issue last year when there were quite like 50, 60 days remaining for the prelims exam. And I thought, now, is it really possible that I sit with Lakshmikant and daily start revising it from end to end or with Nitin Singhania? So I thought, better than sitting with books and doing this passive kind of revision, I followed the active mode of revision by solving questions. So if there was a topic which I found difficult while solving questions, I used to go back and read that particular topic. And also the answer keys that were provided along with the prelims test series were also of great help in revising things because we often find that questions keep repeating in certain of the test series that we take. And so that was my strategy for prelims rather than a book oriented or a note oriented revision.
All
And I
right.
also think, sir, that the progress that we would make in the last, say, 30 to 40 days before prelims is going to be immense, much, much bigger than the progress that we have made over a year. It is just like the tipping point where the stone reaches the top of the mountain, and with just one push, it just rolls down. So maybe you would have to put in a lot of effort to push that stone to that peak, but once it's there, it has that momentum with it. So the progress, so that's something that I'd like to tell to all the aspirants writing the exam this year, that you have the momentum in you, and the progress that you're going to see yourself make in, say, the coming 40 to 30 days is going to be very, very big.
All right. So, like, if you recall your last year's preparation strategy, just after the prelims exam, I mean, like, so after prelims, there is some waiting time for the candidates, like, till the result comes, till you get to know whether you have qualified for the mains exam or not. So during that phase, let's say, what was your strategy? And after the results came, so what was your strategy for the mains exam? Like, how did you plan your preparation during that phase?
Yes, it's very true that we have the sense of insecurity after the prelims, whether we'll be able to make it to the mains or no. So I of course went through the same self-doubt, and I was very much tensed about the CSAT marks as well. But immediately after prelims, after a gap of say 2 to 3 days of getting to recoup myself from it, I started preparing for mains itself because I thought ultimately in this exam, we are not just preparing for prelims. We are preparing for the mains, for the interview. It's not only the prelims that you have to pass. So what I did was I started revising my optional immediately after prelims without waiting for the result. So I did revise 3 to 4 chapters by the time the result had come. I continued reading newspapers without having a break in that schedule. So I try to keep myself optimistic despite the self doubts and continue with it, sir.
So do you have any message for Ansari, sir?
Of course, because the ethics, I still remember the class time was in the afternoon, say 12 o'clock or after that. So, seeing the cheerful face of Ansari sir itself was a stress buster because he never made a fuss about this exam. He never said that this exam is the end of life or anything like that. He was very relaxed, and seeing him, hearing his jokes, and in that very light way in which he took the classes, even the complex things, the way he simplified it for us, so I really enjoyed his classes, and I still remember the weather in Delhi. It's not like we have here in Kerala. So I used to understand the weather patterns in Delhi, seeing the costume of Ansari sir. When it's winter, he comes wearing different color sweater. So I thought okay, it's very cold out there now. So it was really a very nice experience, sir, and I'm really thankful to Ansari sir for the ethics guidance that he has provided.
All right. So now, since you have qualified for the exam, what are your future plans? I mean, like how you're planning your days. I mean, very soon the schedule will come for joining the foundation batch in Labasna. I mean, like, so what are your plans? I mean, like next for the next few months, or let's say, how do you see about it?
Yes, sir. There were a few things that I missed out during the preparation days, like the writing. So I'm continuing writing the novel, and I also have a plan to write a book about my journey of the preparation for the aspirants as a memoir. It's not anything like a rigid strategy book, but just sharing my experience. So that's another plan that I have in mind. Then, of course, like watching movies that I've missed out during the period, meeting friends. Yes, sir. That's it.
Okay, so tell us the name of the books that you have written. Maybe the candidates, let's say students who hear those names may, let's say, want to read these books.
Yes, sir, sure. I've written 3 books, and 2 books are out of print now because 2 books came in 2013 and one was in 2017. The book that is available online now is it was published in 2021. It's a collection of poetry, and it's titled as 36 Shades of Red. So it was published by Green Books, and it is available online in the Green Books online shopping site. And the other 2 books, the book that came out in 2017 was published by Lal Books, and it is titled Inked Pages. It's a collection of English short stories. And the first book, it was self-published when I was in 8th standard in 2013. It's titled The Art of Mind, and it is a collection of English poems. So these are the 3 books.
Oh, that's great. You have been nurturing this, writing skills since childhood, it seems.
Yes, I really loved writing, making stories, and so whenever I wrote a story and shared with my friends, my classmates when I was in school, they quite encouraged me. They were quite surprised that a friend is able to write stories, share with them. So yes, I loved reading and writing.
Thank you so much for interacting with us. I mean, like it
Thank
was
you,
nice
sir.
interacting with you to know about your preparation journey, about the books you have written, about the plans that you have for the future. So it's really good. And I hope you're going to get the same power as the collector who has declared the holidays. And so that will be
Thank you.
a great thing. So hope to stay connected with you. Thank you so much for interacting with us,
Sir. Thank you
and
so much.
congratulations and best wishes from the team of Lukmaan IAS.
Thank you, sir.
Hopefully, we are going to hear your name. We are going to see, let's say, articles about you for the good works that you are going to do after
Thank you,
you
sir.
are into the service. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.